This is going to be my strikerless tactic that averages a 96% win rate and picked up the quadruple in tested. It's an absolute banger. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and keep the comments coming on any future videos you want to see. Let's get into it. So we are going to start off with Real Madrid. To be honest, they're the perfect team for a strikerless system. I will say so. And we come out and we absolutely take over world football. 36 wins out of a potential 38. 2 draws coming in against the likes of Atletico Madrid twice, a Simone masterclass. The Champions League, we actually beat Bayern in a 2-1 win. Winners in the Spanish Cup, which is going to be against Bilbao in 2-0 fashion, and also the Super Cup, we are going to take over Barcelona in a 4-0 win. So absolutely brilliant stuff so far. Going over to that Spanish First Division, we are going to see not ranking, obviously, as top goal scorers. Might be a surprise, it probably shouldn't be. We literally weren't playing a striker, but still finishing in second and third place, Rodrigo and Brahim Diaz. Average rating, first, second, and also third. Assists, 13 for Bellingham, 12 for Luka Modric. Courtois with 23 clean sheets. Now, going over to the team stats, we are going to feature in a lot of stuff. Most points per game at 2.89. The most goals being scored, I know I was saving it as a little bit of a surprise. We outscored everyone with 0 strikers. We love to see that. Most goals at 757. The fewest shots against at 145. The fewest conceded at 13. And also the most clean sheets coming in at 28. Things you'll love to see. Now, going over to the data hub, we are going to have a little look. It's going to be 3.34 goals a game, only 0.34 conceded, potentially one of the best defensive tactics I have ever released. Now, I will say, not having that striker means obviously you've got another player who will come back and defend also. Just saying, it's got its perks. Basically, 20 shots a game, an 88% pass completion, and an 80% tackle win ratio. We've pretty much done a lot. Let's watch some highlights. It wasn't all smooth sailing, though. I mean, Bayern Munich actually 1-0 up in this cup final, so it wasn't as easy as what we made it potentially look. Kimmich goes through, and it's a very easy goal to finish, to be fair. But what we do is get back before half-time. Make it 1-1, Mendy into Bellingham, into Rodrigo. Great bit of play and an even better finish. And at this point, I switched to the attacking variant. I was like, yeah, we're going to win this final 100%. Rodrigo into Jude Bellingham, gets a little bit lucky, but sometimes you need luck. We'll take it. Up next is going to be Monaco, obviously probably second or third favourite to win the league over PSG. Usually can never get it done. With this tactic, with those strikers, we've got it done. Not great in the French Cup, but the main attraction is going to be this French league, of course. And we come out and we put on, as I said, an absolute display. We really did. 27 wins, only 5 draws and 2 losses. The 2 losses are going to come against not PSG, meaning we either drew. Did we draw? We beat PSG twice. Now, not saying we're great, but we clearly are onto something. Honestly sensational. Nothing to real talk about here when it comes to the goals, average rating, assists, player of the matches, clean sheets. Our keeper did finish with 19, so clearly defensively, we were absolutely incredible. As you can see, better than PSG when it comes to the clean sheets and the conceded. Fewer shots against, the most shots for, and also the most points per game. Data hub-wise, we are going to be looking at round about 2 goals a game, 2.18, 0.56 conceded, an 88% pass completion, over 17 shots a game, and a tackle win ratio of 79.03. So again, with a team like this, maybe not as many goals, but what you are going to get is a very controlled way of playing football. You're going to be very defensively strong, and you are naturally going to win a lot of your games based off those factors. Again, what I said, sometimes you can steamroll teams. A 5-0 win against PSG, an absolute destruction of the best team in France. Not when we're the manager, not at all. What a start this is going to be. 2-0, a great ball in, a very interesting clearance from Hernandez there. Vanderson on the edge, and I can see why a lot of teams are interested in that guy. Zakaria back into Vanderson again. Again, a little bit of luck, but we've got to take it. Ben Yedder into Fofana. It's great, simple one-touch football. A great finish from Enrique as well, a fantastic player. Ben Yedder with a penalty into the bottom left-hand corner. One more goal to wrap up this game in 5-0 fashion. Vanderson always involved. Wins it back there. It's going to be a great ball through into Ben Seguir, and he tucks it away. What a game. Some would say the most impressive result of the video. Taken Wolves, the team predicted, I think, around 13th. Not got a great squad. Not really designed to play a strikerless system. We've come out and got Champions League football, and to be fair, quite comfortably as well. 5th place coming with 67 points, so we're quite in there. And, you know, we weren't title challengers, but we still got Champions League football. A very big accomplishment. Runners-up in the Carabao Cup. We just lost it against Wolves as well, so very unfortunate. Premier Division-wise, we're not going to have too much to talk about, apart from Mateus coming in with 22 goals, ranking second best. Other than that, we didn't really stand out too much, but the real standout is the result itself, finishing in 3rd place. I mean, that speaks levels for how good this tactic actually is. Stat-wise, we're only going to have the most tackles won, which is to be expected. I think we're not going to come out and score the most goals with no strikers. I mean, when you got the likes of Liverpool, City, Tottenham, Arsenal, we still outscored Chelsea and Manchester United, who are not even on here, and the likes of Villa. Data hub-wise, though, it is going to be the likes of 1.68 goals per game, 1 conceded, an 88% pass completion, 13 shots a game. Now, I will say, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. Not the most set of convincing stats for a team like Wolves. To be honest, it's probably not designed to be used at a lower level of football, but it proves to show, you can actually play this way. Still got a top 4 finish with 0 signings. Our first season, it's not too bad in my opinion. Let's go and see. We'll pick out a standout game. We'll watch some football. We've gone for drama. It's going to be a 3-2 win over Tottenham, and we actually take the lead quite early on, inside of 37 minutes. They equalise literally a minute after. That is going to be a great set piece, to be fair. Bentancur ties it up 1-1. We then go after half-time, 10 minutes after that whistle actually happens. Sarabia into Semedo, a great ball in into Kuna, who obviously was incredible. Scored a hat for the goals, and unfortunately Tottenham come in with their own set piece, and it's a decent one. We just couldn't really clear the ball. God knows what's happening here, actually. I'm not even going to say it's a good goal, because it really wasn't, but as I always do, we switched to the attacking variant because I was annoyed this was going to happen. I wanted to win the game, and just 4 minutes after, watch what happens. Awful from the Tottenham backline. Sarabia picks it up. He's going to play through a very good run there from, it's beautiful. Simply described, absolutely incredible. Of course, now over to your favourite part of the video, that is going to be the tactic breakdown. If you are enjoying, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to join close to the other 3,000 people, come over and check out the Patreon, guys. There's so many perks, over 13. You get access to all 3 of these tactics. You get early videos, early tactics. You get the mobile, you get the console tactics. You get priority in the request. You get the rebuild files. You also get enrolled to the monthly Patreon giveaway, which at the moment is £100 on PayPal. And the prizes keep on getting better, because the more Patrons we get, the more I can afford to give away. So it is definitely worth coming out. Check it out in the description and on the screen. But going over to the sweeper keeper, he is simply going to be on support. A wing back on the right, and the wing backs in this system, guys, play such a big part. So I would highly recommend not changing too much of this tactic, because the roles just work really, really well. A wing back on support, on sit narrower and tackle harder. That's going to be exactly the same for the left back. 2 wing backs on support, on sit narrower and tackle harder. A ball playing defender on the left and the right are going to be set to default. I don't need them dribbling more and getting too involved, because we've got a very attacking rest of the team, apart from this DM, who again is set there to protect the back 4, on support, on dribble less and tackle harder. 2 box-to-boxes, both on stay wider, both on support, both in much unchanged positions. I would not change these at all. They worked by far the best I've ever seen in a strikerless tactic. Absolutely incredible, because both of these inside forwards are naturally going to cut in, and the box-to-boxes are going to go out wide. So you literally, almost impossible to defend against. It works really, really well. An inside forward on the right on attack, on shoot more often and sit narrower. Exactly the same for the left-hand side. And you could argue the most important player in the team, the shadow striker, who is going to be told to shoot more often. To the team instructions. So all based off the gegenpress on an attacking mentality. We are going to have this set to fairly narrow. We're going to pass into space. We're going to focus to play through the middle while playing out from the back. We're going to set this to standard, with the tempo being set to higher and mixed crosses. And transition is going to be quite simple but very effective. Counter press, counter, play into the centre-backs while taking short goal kicks. This took a lot of time to actually figure out the best way, but we finally got there. It is going to be the high pressure line of engagement, not with the standard line, but with the higher defensive line. We're going to step up more with that line as well. We're going to get stuck in. We're going to prevent short goal distribution, and also we're going to max out this trigger press to the attacking variant. Perfect for if you're going into a game against a really small team, or if you're trying to get goal difference, or you're trying to get back into a game, the perfect way to do so. So the goalkeeper remains exactly the same. The wing back on the right is still going to be exactly the same as on the left. Both of the ball playing defenders also do remain untouched, as we can see there. The big change, the DM, gone. Deep line playmaker coming in on support, on more direct passes, dribble less, and also tackle harder. He's going to sit deep, and he's going to literally wait for the overlap and runs, the inside forward to make runs, the shadow striker to make runs, and have an absolute field day. The box-to-box has changed a little bit as well, both of them, both on support, but instead of just stay wider, they're now going to be dribbling more and getting further forwards. The inside forward on the right and obviously on the left, both on attack, shoot more often now being applied to them, both on attack, and the shadow striker, of course, remains unchanged, because we can't really make him much more attacking without breaking the rules and having him as an official striker. To the team instructions. So again, all based off the custom gegenpress on the attacking, that is the attacking mentality. We are going to go with this, a fairly narrow bit of play, pass into space, focus through the middle, playing out from the back, standard. The tempo is going to be set to higher, run at defence, be more expressive, and also mixed crosses, so as attacking as we can possibly get it. Just a minor change in the in transition tab is going to be counter press, counter, distribute quickly, play to the centre-backs, while taking short goal kicks. Out of possession, again, not too much more we can do. Obviously, instead of higher, we are going to go with a much higher defensive line. We're also going to max out this trigger press. We're going to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. We're going to get stuck in, and we're going to step up more to the defensive variant. This is probably the opposite. Now, this one, I will say, has some of the best levels of possession I've actually probably ever released. Very good, because all the players are so close together. So very good for playing as a smaller team, or if you use a lot of possession, or if you're trying to seal out a game. Any three of them reasons is a viable option to use this tactic. The sweeper keeper is going to be set to the default. The wing back on the right is going to be on support, on sit narrower, and also tackle harder. The same goes for the left back as well. Both of the ball playing defenders remain unchanged in all three of the variants because we don't really need to get anything too crazy going with them. The DM comes back in, but instead on support, he's now going to be on defend, which obviously naturally shoot less often, dribble less, and tells him to hold the position. Now the box to box on the left is going to be set to the default instructions, not set to stay wider on this occasion, just having him run sort of centrally up and down the field, roaming about is what we want him to do. A central midfield player comes in on support, on pass it shorter, take fewer risks, and dribble less. Again, a very risk-free player to have in this midfield. Not going to be too attacking, a very different way of playing compared to having two box-to-boxers, for example. An inside forward is going to be on support, on pass it shorter, and run from position, alongside of the inside forward on the left, who is going to be on exactly the same. And a shadow striker now has one change. He's also going to be on pass it shorter, alongside of the common shoot more often. And the idea here is, as you can see, we have got 4 players on pass it shorter, meaning that these players are going to link the play together, short sweet passes, dominate possession, break teams down very slowly. And the team instructions, let's get into them because it really backs up how this plays. So again, all based off the gegenpress. On this time, it's going to be positive. The positive mentality, we're going to go with standard when it comes to the width. For you, this will say fairly wide. We're going to pass into space. We're going to focus the play through the middle. We're going to play out from the back. The tempo is going to be not all the way maxed out, but set to slightly higher. The directness is going to go 1 down. So again, more possession focused, dribble less, and also mixed crosses. So again, not as direct, not as counter based, more possession based. In transition, we're going to go with distribute to the centre backs while taking short goal kicks. Counter press, and this is completely up to you. If you're obsessed with possession, you want to maintain as much as that you can, do not have this on. But I personally still have counter attack on because I want the players to still try and score a couple of goals, you know? We're not all about just passing the ball about with useless options. The transition is going to be quite simple. We're going to play to the centre backs while taking short goal kicks with counter press. Now, this is completely up to you. You can obviously, if you want to have loads of possession, and I'm talking loads of possession, do not have anything on. But for me, I still want to go out and score goals, so I'm going to have counter on. And lastly, out of possession, we are going to go with the standard line. We're going to go with the high pressure line of engagement. We're going to go with more often, not set to much more often on this version, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. And that's going to give you 3 variants of the strikerless godsend tactic, I'm going to call it. We also done this on console and mobile, so do come over. We've got to go over the results in the video. Obviously, the tactics are exclusively to the Patreon on mobile and console because I have to play on 2 different platforms to do it. So do be sure to come over and get them as well. Let's see how good they were on console. Just say, they're quite good on console, which surprises me because again, it's very different to playing on PC. A strikerless system, we actually weren't far off going invincible, winning 29 games, drawing the other 6, and only losing 3 against Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid. So 3 very strong teams. We enjoyed a remarkable season, and the data hub's going to back this up. 2.11 goals a game, only 0.42 conceded, which is very hard to get to that level on console. 15.32 shots per game, and an 88% pass completion. I mean, genuinely, possession-wise, we were incredible. Averaged about 63% of the ball, a great pass completion, a decent number of goals considering we've got no striker, and defensively, I'm going to say it, probably the best I've ever seen. Of course, we do this on mobile as well. We go over to the Belgian League, quite a challenging league on mobile and in FM in general. Club Brugge is the team we played as. Standard Liège, a very strong team, and also Anderlecht and Ghent as well can all compete for that first place. But we just about got the job done in the league by 1 point, and it was so unfortunate because this nearly went from being good to amazing because we got to the Conference League final where unfortunately Villarreal were too strong. But do you know what? It's a remarkable season for Club Brugge, winning the league, winning a Belgian Cup, and obviously just fallen shy of the Conference League. It delivers on mobile as well. If you boys have enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.